Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to the On Fire Empire team call. Today is, sorry, I have to look at my phone because I just don't even know, July 6th. So today we are going to talk about our vision and goals for the month of June. And did anybody get a chance to watch that video that we posted in the team page with Summer Tucker?
Yes.
Renee watched it and Heather watched it.
Super jacked up.
Chandra watched it. Yes, she's very, very so Summer Tucker, we are in her like down line. Somewhere along the line, we fall underneath her. She's been a coach for like 7 years, and she's a superstar diamond. She's going to be one of the big speakers at Summit this year. Heather has got to see her speak at Super Saturday. And I don't know exactly where this recording came from, but she was essentially talking about what it takes to go from being good in this business to being great. And the bottom like punchline of her point was consistency. You have to be consistent with all of the behaviors that we do every single day, meaning you have to be consistent with your workout. You have to be consistent with your personal development. You have to be consistent with, drinking your shake and eating right. You have to be consistent with posting on social media and getting yourself out there for the world to see. Because if you are not constantly posting and sharing and showing your journey, then people aren't going to know what you're doing, and they aren't going to know to get on your bus and go on this ride with you. So consistency, and it's not being consistent for a week or a couple months. It's being consistent for 6 months, a year, a few years. We are really lucky to be in one of these businesses where really big things can happen in a short amount of time. It doesn't really feel like a short amount of time while we're starting right now, but when you think about like kind of where we're all at with starting and look at where Megan is at, and she's only been a coach for 3.5 years. I mean, think about how long it can take to really, mommy is busy talking right now. Okay. So you need to be patient. Think about how long it can take to build a really successful business, especially by yourself, like any business out in the world. So we are really, really blessed to kind of be in an industry where things can go really, really big and really, really great in a pretty short amount of time. So one of the other things that Summer was really trying to pound into everybody in her talk was having a clearly defined vision. And this is something that I am still personally working on. A lot of coaches, they recommend to everybody, but a lot of coaches like to make what they call a dream board. And you can kind of break it up into different sections, like what your dreams and goals are for, the next year for your business and for your family and for your spouse or your significant other. Just kind of use that as kind of your big goal that you're working towards. If Haley is able to get on tonight, she has a dream board that she was going to share with us so that you could kind of see what one looks like. But so when you start thinking about what your vision is, it's not really anything to do with specific like health and fitness goals right now, but it's like big picture stuff. Like like a lot of coaches that, you know, have spouses in the military, they want to retire, or not even military, like they could work any job. They want to earn enough income that they can retire their spouse and bring them home full time with the family. Mine, like I said, I'm still working on getting a more clear, like specific vision. But mine, I feel like definitely has to do with bringing in enough money. Are you okay? Yeah. Bringing in enough money that we can put our house up for sale, probably build our own like nice new home out closer to the farm, so we're closer to where Levi works. Being that farming is like so much in his blood, I don't know if I could ever fully retire him from it. But at least moving our house so that we're closer to the farm, so that we're closer to him would be one thing. Like I just picture this big house with a big like front porch and a swimming pool in the backyard and all of the family coming over and having a barbecue at our house and the kids playing and swimming. And I want the house that my kids want to bring all their friends over to play, and having my husband home in the evenings and on the weekends, you know, if I'm able to bring in enough that he can afford to pay for, you know, another field man or something that can be in charge of checking everything on the weekends so that Levi's able to be home with us. Like those kind of things are part of my vision, my big picture, like why I'm doing this kind of thing. So, it's a really important thing to kind of reflect on and to get your spouse involved with, so that you can make sure that you're all on the same page as far as what you are really working towards. Does anybody have any specific parts of their vision that they might want to share with any of us? Or Heather, do you have anything to add at this point?
I was just gonna add in and remind everybody that a goal is just a wish without a plan. You know, that everywhere. And you can have 5 goals that you have for July, but if you don't have a plan on what you're going to do each and every single day to reach those goals, they're just dreams and wishes. You have to have a plan, and you have to stick with it, and you have to do it consistently every single day, or you might as well not even make goals for yourself, because you're just spinning the wheels basically. So you have to have a plan, and part of your plan is going to get you to your vision, and each part of that goes together, but you have to have all the pieces, and you have to do all the things every day.
Yeah.
And I think that's I think the plan step is something that everybody misses. They just make their goals, and then they just think they're going to reach their goals, but they forget about the plan that's going to bridge the two together.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's something that I definitely still need to work on, as far as having like a concrete like schedule, because I really don't do that. Like I have not been able to dedicate like a power hour to myself, and I know that I need to just start like forcing myself to go to bed earlier so that I can get up before my kids and get a solid power hour in, because otherwise I am just kind of doing bits and pieces of it kind of like all throughout the day.
But that's okay too, because that call talked about the power pockets. Like she couldn't do a power hour.
Mm-hmm.
She did what she called power pockets whenever she could fit them into the pockets of her day. Like
right.
When her kids took a nap, did a 30-minute power pocket.
Mm-hmm.
But even and I think the bigger thing is it's not even about having that hour. It's like, or the pocket. What are you doing with that hour? What's your plan for that hour?
Right.
Yeah, okay, power hour, great. Well, what are you doing inside that hour? You have to have a plan of action to reach your goals. And you have to be doing the vital behaviors and reaching people and sharing with people and messaging people.
Yeah. So the biggest thing is obviously being, well, it all ties together, obviously, but being consistent with what you're posting so that people can see what you're doing and conversations can go more naturally from there. You do obviously need to be like messaging and talking with a lot of people, but if you're consistently posting and sharing what you're doing, then you're going to get a lot more people that message you wanting to know more as well.
And something big.
Yeah, go ahead.
Something big yesterday, I don't know if it came from that live feed I shared or Summer's, you're not selling a product, you're selling yourself. Right. You don't want people to invest in the product. You want them to invest in you. And I think we all kind of lose sight of that at some time because we're like, oh, Shakeology. But you want these people to invest in you, not Beachbody. Right. So you have to keep that in mind too. And I forgot that last month, I think.
That was one of the things that Shalene talked about in that live broadcast yesterday. That you shared. And because it's all about, yeah. Heather, if you guys go back and watch, Heather totally got a call out from Shalene. And
I knew what she was going to say today. I didn't even get to watch today's.
Yeah, I haven't got to watch today's yet either. I hope I get to meet her in Nashville. I would die. So
I have a question on the messaging. You probably have it on your list because I posted it in the video thing earlier. But when you message people or you reach out and you start a conversation, and I always try to kind of end in another question if they don't ask me something or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then the conversation just kind of naturally ends. And then what? Like, do you start up another conversation? Like, how long do you go between with starting conversations with those kind of people? Or like, I've messaged tons of people who've, either liked my page or liked posts, just thanking them for supporting my page and, continuing to support my posts and things. And it shows on the check mark that they still haven't even seen it, mm-hmm. or they've seen it and they didn't ever respond. So what do you do with those?
Just move on.
You don't ever message them again?
I do. No? I do sometimes.
Oh. Like if they continue to support your page or something, maybe just say something. Okay.
Or if there's someone that had showed interest in the past or had wanted more info, but then kind of went quiet. Like usually I'll message them again when we have a new group starting up to let them know and see if they're ready, because a lot of times, and I know that we've told you guys this before, is, it takes, how many conversations does it take before they'll finally commit? 10 typically. 10's kind of the magic number. So usually it's very, very lucky if you can get someone to commit within your first couple conversations. It usually can take a few months, which is why it's important to maintain those relationships and just keep checking in, because I'll do that and I'll say, hey, we haven't talked in a little while, but I just wanted to check in with you again and see if maybe now was a good time. And I've had a couple people message me, I have a few people that just don't respond at all, which is fine. It's their loss. And some people that message back and say, oh my gosh, thanks for checking in with me again. Yes, I'm ready. Let's do it. Or,
So how often are you reaching out to those people? Because for June, I probably had 5 people who were interested and asked for the link to purchase 21 Day Fix. Never followed through, and then would stop responding to my messages or whatever. So how do you know when to just drop somebody because they're not serious, or when to keep messaging them?
If I go back and look at my messages, like if you had 5 people that were all interested in 21 Day Fix, but then didn't quite seal the deal, like I would message them again in, this week or next week and say, hey, just wanted to check in with you again. They extended the special. This is what you can kind of get with it. I would love for you to be able to join our group. And if you don't hear anything, then check with them again before the end of the month. And sometimes I just bug people a lot.
Okay.
Especially if they have expressed interest. But if it kind of goes quiet, do you need a kiss?
No, I just bent my finger.
I'm sorry, you bent it.
If it's one of those people that you can tell they've never opened their message, I don't keep messaging them.
Okay.
But if they've opened it and they expressed interest in June, I have 2 of those that were all about it, and then they didn't do it. So I'll give them another probably week or 2, and then say, hey, the special is going to end, and I really want to help you save money and get started. And our new group will be starting August 1st or whatever, and it'll be a great time for you to order it, so you have everything in time to get in it. Just please let me know, are you in or not? You're going to have a lot of those people that say yes, 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 and then it's crickets.
Yeah,
you can't take it personally, and it just happens. You just
they all asked for me to email them the link, and I did, and then they never completed. They started it and never completed it. And then when I would let them know, oh, you're not quite finished yet, do you need help enrolling? Then they just wouldn't respond. So I don't know if they read the description and changed their mind. I mean, if they did, they should just tell me that. So that
right. Do you ask them that? Because sometimes I'll say hey, I saw that your enrollment hasn't gone through. Did you need me to resend the email? Did you have any questions about what the program was like, or something like that? And see if you get a response back.
Just say, have you changed your mind? Just let you can just make it that. Have you just that way and you don't have to keep worrying about whether these people are going to join you.
Yeah. Or sometimes I'll say something along the lines of I'm saving you a spot for next month, but I need to know if you're going to be in or out, so I can invite somebody else. Make it seem a little exclusive.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
Yeah. Because you'll see a lot of the times, especially on some of Haley's posts and stuff, on her Facebook posts, you'll see coaches make statements like, I'm opening up 5 spots in my next group. So you can kind of
make
that way.
It sound exclusive.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when I went to Super Saturday, there's a conversation that keeps coming in my brain, and I don't think any of you, Abby was, I don't think the rest of you were here then, but the one kid that talked, Brad, gave this analogy about birds and seeds, and every time we have a conversation like this, I keep thinking about that analogy, because he said, just keep planting seeds. Stop chasing the birds that are flying away with your seeds. Just stop chasing them. They'll eventually come back, because they're going to have to plant the seed sooner or later. But what do you want to do? Go chase that one bird that took the seed, or keep focusing on all these seeds you have planted and keep, watering them and helping them grow? What are you going to do? So every time this kind of conversation comes up, I always go birds and seeds.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep planting, keep watering the seeds, keep doing it.
Yeah.
And eventually that bird will probably bring the seed. I mean, he said it way better than me, but it just makes sense.
Yep.
100%. Well, and I turned away somebody yesterday because she saw my results picture online. She's a girl I work with, and she was like, I think I need to be doing what you're doing, so tell me about it. And then she wanted to know how much it costs for the challenge pack, and I told her that was $140, and she started complaining about the price, but she has just spent $750 on an exotic animal, but she isn't willing to spend $140. So I was like, okay, I don't want you to spend some money on something that you're not going to sit in the package. That's a waste of money. And I was like,
right,
no. So I just basically haven't talked to her about it again, because I need to stop wasting my time with these people that aren't serious. Like you said, Heather, I need to stop chasing birds or
I mean, it is.
Yeah, it's a waste of my time. So
yeah,
that might not be the right attitude, but that's how I'm starting to feel. Some of these people I'm talking to.
And you can get, you need to get to the point where who do you want on your team and in your group with you? Like, do you want every single person, or do you want the right people? And they talk about that a lot in the in the calls and in the PDs. Just don't take all the people. Talk to all the people, but then take the right people, because there's a difference. There's a big difference.
Starting to see that.
Logan, are you going to go to Super Saturday?
I don't know if I'm going to be able to, because I'll be at Summit the weekend before, and
they're back to back.
What weekend is Super Saturday? It's in Oregon, right?
It's first
August 6th.
Yeah, it's the first weekend in August, and we have Watershed tickets for that weekend too. But I don't know if we're gonna go.
Whoa,
we're gonna go.
Logan has a wild side, huh? Wow.
Everybody should try to go.
What happens at Watershed?
I think Leslie and I are planning on trying to go that weekend.
Definitely go. It was so fun. I went by myself. I drove 3 hours. I spent the day there and drove 3 hours home. And it was like, it just validated everything.
They do them. I know that they have big ones in Portland and in Seattle. And I know that there was one in Spokane, but it was a little bit smaller than the other ones. And a couple weeks ago, Megan even talked about, because she used to live in Washington, she even talked about maybe trying to get over for a Seattle Super Saturday, like this winter or something.
That would be awesome.
That would be so much fun. Yeah, I'm undecided. I really want to, but I think Levi's head would pop off if I asked if
you're gone 2 weeks in a row. That's understandable.
Yeah. As much as I hate to miss, but luckily we'll be coming right off of Summit, so
we'll be still floating on our cloud.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous.
We get to stay in a house with Megan and Carrie.
I heard that
in Nashville.
That's so cool. So how many people are staying with you guys?
They're allowing 13 in the house. It was only supposed to be 12, but we got permission to do 13.
That's awesome.
We're not like a bunch of college kids, okay? We're all like in our 30s.
Yeah.
We're barely going to be there.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be there to sleep and otherwise running to all the things. But
what other questions do you guys have? Or what else can we talk about that would be helpful?
I think, just following up, I guess. Do you both still use Teamsy?
I'm not.
I haven't this last week, but I have paid for it for this month. So that is one of my July goals, is to actually try and utilize it every day. And then at the end of the month, I'll decide if I want to keep paying for it or not. But when I was using it, I did feel like it was helping me be more consistent. Hi, honey.
I have so many like challenge packs sent out, and it's like I keep speaking to those people because they still act like they're interested or that they want to do it, but.
And some people will just be like waiting for a Friday payday or something like that.
And a couple of them are waiting for payday. So one of them had told me that her payday's this Friday, so I'm for sure going to be checking in with her again. But
after I send an enrollment, because I always use my phone, I'll screenshot the confirmation page, and then I send that screenshot in Messenger or in a text message to them, and I'll say, your enrollment just sent. Go ahead and check your email, and as soon as you get it completed, let me know so that I can get you started in our group.
I always text them or message, and usually like if I start a conversation and we talk about enrolling, I get their phone number because I'd rather text them because some people don't always check their Messenger. And texting seems to be a little bit quicker sometimes.
Yeah.
But I just want these people to do it. I am so close to Diamond.
I know.
I can like taste it.
You're so close.
Oh, so close.
That just reminded me of another thing that is coming up. So in July, or towards the end of this month, they are going to open up registration for, I don't remember what the name of this one is. Is it just Team Cup?
I think so.
I think it's just Team Cup. So in February, we had a February Cup. They usually do them like 2 or 3 times a year where you get together in teams, typically teams of 5. There was one time that it was a team of 3, but because I remember being on a team with just me, Blair, and Karis. I think it was called Fall Classic or something like that. But this is a Team Cup. There can only be one lifetime diamond. Huh?
You get to pick your team, but you can only have one diamond on your team. And then there are prizes. When we did it in February, we got the amount of prizes or SC points that we needed, and we were able to get all 5 prizes or 4 prizes. Like it was a cup, a shirt, a big blanket, and I don't know, something else, but it was fun. So you and your team just try to get an amount of SC points, and then there's like different brackets to win. So you just pick your team and you register, and then they'll combine all of your SC points for prizes is basically what it is. And like the top winners like get a trip or something, but the amount of points that the top group had was like ridiculous. Like
insane.
We barely got like our 50 or whatever we needed for our prizes. We got this big old, it's right here.
We got a big blanket, and we got
There's a blanket. I keep it in here because it's cold. But yes, that'll be coming up soon. You need a team.
Yeah, so kind of start thinking about what kind of teams we'll break up into. But like I said, there can only be one lifetime diamond per team. So
we'll all stick together, but it's just a matter of how many of us there are.
Right. And if you have like coaches in your downline that you think, because that was the month for me that, because Heather started coaching in January, but I put her on my February Team Cup, and that was like one of your biggest months I think that you ever had. So I wanted.
Is it just for 1 month, or is it for several months?
It's just for 1 month. Mm-hmm. So probably for the month of August, I'm guessing, if registration is towards the end of July. Yes.
Yeah. Abby had the question, what's a lifetime diamond?
Lifetime diamond is anyone that has hit the rank of diamond.
Okay.
So me and Heather, Haley, Blair, none of us can be on a team, and it will depend if you and Leslie hit diamond.
Yeah.
Before. Yep.
I told
or anybody else, if anybody else.
So I told Clint that I was like, oh, I made you an emerald today. He's like, sweet. He was all excited, and then we decided to switch Melissa to me. And I was like, yeah, you're not, or not diamond, emerald. Did I say diamond? I was like, yeah, you're not an emerald anymore. He's like, what? He's like, why is that? Like, he was all like butthurt about it.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I would definitely think about putting her and like Lindsay on a team with you. Do you have any other girls that are thinking about?
Felicia talked about signing up her mom, but she's not quite ready.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't want to push her too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about anybody else.
Mm-hmm. There's enough of us, luckily, and
yeah,
at least in our downline that.
Yeah.
So, well, I don't know if there's anything else that you guys want to talk about. If you have any more questions, and shoot them out. Otherwise, I think we will wrap this up for now. And of course, if you have any other questions, don't hesitate to post them in our page. I made pizza tonight, so Levi's getting it all sliced up, and I'm gonna eat.
Good job on the challenge group, everybody. It's going phenomenally.
Yes, it's going really, really well. I want to thank all of you for always being so conscious to go through and like and comment on all the posts that everybody's making, because it really just helps validate everything.
Oh, Haley's here now.
Hey,
we're just signing off.
Can you hear us?
Me?
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Gosh.
We were just about to sign off.
Oh, good deal. I recorded it.
Yeah, we recorded it.
Well, I will catch the recording.
Nice to see your face for a second anyways.
Well, sorry, we had some and just lasted a lot longer than we anticipated.
Oh yeah, that happens. So one thing that at the beginning we were definitely talking about, like our vision and kind of starting to put that together. So maybe if you wanted to share your vision board that you had made, so people can kind of get a little visual on what they need to do as far as creating a vision board, aka me.
I will
make one. That would be great.
Yes, awesome. Did anybody get to watch Summer's video that we posted?
A couple of them did. Yeah.
Good. Well, if you haven't, I encourage you guys to watch. She's super passionate. You just get all fired up and like teary-eyed and excited and sad and like everything all at the same time.
Yeah.
You're a little bit terrified of her. But yeah, so I was telling Logan the other night, I was like, I've got to figure out my vision. Like, I think I have it, but I'm just not like dreaming big enough. So, yeah, my homework too. I have my vision board for this year and I'll share it, but I think there's some things I need to add but I think constant,
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Anyway, well, thanks, Logan, so much for
of course
filling in.
No worries at all.
But sorry, y'all.
That's okay.
All
Night.
Bye.
Bye.